Hey guys, Tyrip here, bringing you some more Warcraft 3 action. Playing today, spawning in the north, we've got Remind, playing as Night Elf. Go for the Keeper of the Grove first, facing off into in the south we have Sok playing as Human. Go for the Archmage. This one from DreamHack Asia. Fall division now. Summer is over, I suppose. Okay, so Ring of Protection for the Archmage, Keeper, same story. Level 2 off this turtle camp.
A player's forces are under attack.
A little bit of Scout Footman action there from Sok, keeping tabs on what's going down. Back this Concealed Hill, I don't know if I mentioned that. Tower coming up at the base. Keeper coming across the map.
A town is under siege.
Remind though, he's put down another Moonwell, hasn't started his tech. Coming in for some harass. Okay, it's going to be hunts.
A player's forces are under attack.
I don't even see the hunter sword on, but it's blind though, aren't I? Detonate, there goes the water elemental. Here comes the archer. Pressured away quite quickly though. Gonna pick off a couple peasants as they come back. Militia form about to run off. There we go, another pick off. 2 peasants down so far. Looks like Ramai's gonna be able to get another one. Oh, maybe he lost sight of it. It's nighttime now. Didn't finish off the camp either. I think I heard a wisp die over here to the footman. Let's move the footman. One going down there to the entangle. Another one in some trouble. So this looks like a bit of a shocker for Sok to start things off. 2 footmen, 2 peasants.
Is under siege. A player's forces are under attack.
Oh. Forget what I said. Only 1 footman. Bring the militia back in along with the footman. Did he kill? Oh, he's sending off to the fountain. This one down here in some trouble. Who's going to get the experience? Did the Keeper get that? Archie gets picked off. Level 3 for the Archmage because of that. Desperately needs level 3 against these Huntresses. It's level 1 water elemental, not cutting the mustard at the moment. Looks like Sok is going to commit to this expansion. Chasing down the footman. This one healing up at the fountain still. Same story now for these Huntresses. Tech almost complete now for Remind.
A player's forces are under attack.
And there you go. Footman does end up going down. Huntress finally ends up chasing it down. This one coming in. Not fully healed up yet, but bringing in for some combat. Checking, trying to find the Keeper location, I guess. There is the Keeper. Panda second for Remind.
A town is under siege.
And Huntress is coming back in, looking to do some harass. This one out the back, though, in a dangerous position. Pops the dust. There she goes. With the fire tower in some trouble. A lot of trouble. But he manages to repair through the damage. Nicely done.
Under attack.
Now Remind having to get out. Well-timed militia call in from Sok to help repel this attack. This duration about to wear off. He's sending them back to the main as well, so he can call them back in as militia. Not going to leave them behind here. Maybe harvest some resources. Just to be able to use them for militia going forwards. But does manage to repel that attack. Not a huge amount of experience on the Panda. Footman in Remind's base.
A town is
chopping away at these wisps, trying to limit the lumber harvesting. Heal up. About to be daytime though, this isn't going to last. And now Sok on the offensive. Well timed pull away from the fountain though. Doesn't take any damage from the creeps there. Double Ancient of Laws.
A player's forces
Into
are
the
under attack.
Dryads.
A town is under siege.
And tech now underway for Sok. Starting up a shop at the expansion. Has an idle peasant here, maybe blacksmith? Not yet, at least. Sok comes in, harassing the attempted Ancient of War creep. Could be a bit of a tough camp. Coming from the side, looking for the kill on the Ancient of War now. And he does get it. Mine's still hanging around though for a bit more experience. Maybe we can pick off this footman that got it snared.
Are under attack.
Keeper coming in with the entangle. With the two entangle, so these footmen have a bit of a nightmare against that. Almost certain death if they do get entangled. Oof. Dryad survives. Oh, really well timed heal on the Dryad, so the Archmage couldn't finish it off. Archmage in here harassing. Tier 3 tech almost complete for a remind. Toe to toe with this Dryad. Coming back to prevent the harass. Interesting. So here I'm just getting stuck in. Staffing up to safety now. Two towers, blacksmith in that position. Reasonable wall. Could make it pretty hard for the panda to get back here and damage the lumber peasants.
Forces are under attack.
There you go, panda trying to creep up. He's at level 3 on the panda ideally. Get level 2 breath of fire going. Leaving solo experience to the panda for that reason. And now the blood mage. Second interesting option. Very good at siphoning mana off that panda. Does mean no healing for the AM though, that could be trouble. The AM is in some trouble getting entangled. Slowed down by the Dryad, having to town portal away to safety. That's bad news for Sok. A lot of gold down the drain. And a touch over 2.5 after that camp. Big old farm wall in front of the town hall. It's going to limit surface area in case the bears get on top of it. So siege bears maybe not going to be super effective against Sok's expansion. Doesn't have many
are under attack.
towers at his main though. That could be trouble. From mine scouts that out at least. At the shop. Not much Sok can do about this at the moment. Starting to pump his rifles though. Getting up there. Maybe needs some slow from the sorceresses to really go against these bears. Still the clock is on remind. Find 2 bases versus 1 is tough. So he probably needs to look to get an expansion at some stage himself. Bit of siphon action on the keeper. Picks off 1 hunt there. Speaker getting picked off, sorceress getting entangled. She's getting healed up by the priest, so not happening. Oh, shot
A player's forces
by
are
the
under
expansion
attack.
for a mine. Interesting position on that. There's fire, human frontline quite weak. And right our frontline also having a tough time against these mass water elementals. Doesn't have enough dispel to deal with it. Bring in the militia as well. Treants in response. But Remine's army not looking terribly strong here. A bit of siphon action on the panda. Another breath of fire, a lot of militia in some trouble, but they do manage to get away alive at least. Pick off a spellbreaker. And manages to do so, now trying to disengage. Sorceress doesn't have the mana for the slow. And low, but should be able to run away to safety. Okay, so now Sok going to try play catch
A
up
player's forces are under
when it comes
attack.
to hero levels. But yeah, remind, I feel like he needs an expansion. And fast. It's kind of an awkward position though, because his army's just not that strong, really. Just a lot of those hunts for free in that last fight, and maybe going to lose another one right here. Sok now with the inner fire as well. Or was that stolen from the creeps? It's stolen from the creeps, okay. Okay, doesn't have much training on priests. Forget why I was saying that. I was like, oh man, inner fire already. How did he manage that?
A player's forces are under
Has
attack.
Tick Castle yet. I was like, oh, Sok, and yeah, I was really impressed. It's just the Spellbreakers. Okay, getting back underway. Fighting starting up for Remind, bringing in the militia. Not as many this time though, since they're still quite low. Back at base. Got the best breath of fire. Oh, Flame Strike back the other way. Not hitting too much though. The Siphon Action Panda getting quite low on mana. Might have one more breath left in him. Well, the bears are slow though. Big breath of fire. Scroll of Rejuvenation now. Not a bad idea actually for Sok. We get a decent amount of healing done from that. The Flame Strike bears getting damaged. Oh, a couple breakers falling though. Now the human army's starting to look quite weak now. Remind actually taking the lead in terms of food count. It's going to be a bit more lopsided than that, given Sok has a lot more units harvesting resources. So Remind's going to pull the trigger on the town portal. Tiny bit too late. The bear does not get away alive. A little bit unfortunate. Pretty good fight for Remind. Did a lot of damage. You see 5.5. Pretty good hero levels. So he's getting a lot of kills, but still fighting 2 bases versus 1. It's tough. More teams out now for Sok.
A player's forces are under attack.
They're going to clash in the center. Sok trying to pull the creep. Go for the big item here in the center. The Ogre Lord didn't manage the full surround though. This could be a little bit awkward for Sok. No good blocking. Semi-surround at least. Medallion of Courage. One mortar team does get lost in the process though. Flame Strike, but Dryad's magic immune, so that's not very good for Sok. And that was a horror show for him. He got the big item. I don't think he got the experience though. Maybe he did.
A player's forces are under attack.
So the Blood Mage did get a bit of XP. I thought the Panda would have got more, considering he got a couple kills as well. Either way, not the best fight for Sok, having a town portal away. He is banking a bit at the moment, staying at 50. Mind is in low upkeep, so pressure's on for him to actually do something. He hasn't got any upgrades either on his bears or dryads, so it's not like he's investing into that tech. Getting some value there to try and eke out a win. 2 bases versus 1. He's in an awkward position. 60 food, not really where you want to be. Sok now busting up to 60 himself. Okay, maybe he can catch Sok in a slightly compromised position here. Force the fight. Units are very clumped up. Panda, Haze, Fire, a lot of damage. Those mortar teams getting ruined. Heal Scroll though, counteracting that for the moment. Bears are all getting slowed. Big Flame Strike on the bears, that's nasty. Panda out the back with the anti-magic shell running for a mortar team kill or 2. There we go. It's level 5 now with that. Militia coming in from the side. They take care of the treants. Panda out the back, maybe in a little touch of trouble. Another good Flame Strike there. Panda trying to run out. Able to do so. Sok. Way down on food count now. Got a lot of low health units for Remind. Stuff out on the bear. Loading into the Zeppelin. Oh, if only he could kill one or two more of these bears. So many bears super low here for a Remind. But Sok just can't quite get the kill. He's going to lose another mortar team. And now he is so low on food. Remind with almost twice the army that Sok has. It's quite a fragile one though. Druid of the Claw. All of them very, very low. Good siphon right as he's winding up for the Breath of Fire. Bear goes down. Oh, and another one. Oh, I feel like that was a bit of a gift from Remind. Could have backed away, gone into Druid form, regen some mana, came back at full strength. I don't know what he's really accomplishing, like just bashing away at the workshop like that. Curious choice after such a good fight from him. Down the Zeppelin, nothing inside though, bit of a decoy. Stopping by the shop, got the Tome of Retraining now as well as the Scroll of Healing. Good option for Sok. The Blizzard going to be very effective against those bears. Powerful AoE combo. Okay, back at base with the Panda. Clarity, anti-magic potion, mana potion. So he's coming in well stocked as well. 1.3k left in the main mine. I wonder if he's going to walk to the center. I have to imagine so. Once eventually his main mine does run out of gold. Okay. So some treants that opens up the base quite a lot. Flashing away at a farm out the front. Sok still well below in terms of food count. Briefly starts up the blizzard, but interrupted. Two peasants down to that. Nice little harass from Remind. Not a very good breath of fire. Pretty good blizzard. Decent flame strike as well. Going back into the expansion, another wave of treants. And oh, that's nasty. That's a lot of peasants on super low. Treants picking them off, but AoE, but dodged by the bears. Now the aim in a bit of trouble in an awkward position, trying to get away. Has to pop the town portal. Sok's army so weak, cannot fight against Remind. Doing everything he can. He's got a lot of gold at the moment. Needs to just pump the units. A bit low on lumber though.
The player's forces are under attack.
Since he lost all his lumber peasants. Maybe could come out here, pick up a shredder. Might not be horrible. Okay, going to work on the expansion. Able to repel it though with the mass AoE. The shop here now working in Remind's favor big time. I thought he might not get value from that, but he's getting a lot of value. Now another town portal from Sok. Oh, that was just a staff away. Okay, maybe not. So Remind with the shop here, able to keep the pressure, coming back to the healing fountain. Sok, this is a good time, I think, to kill off
A player's forces are under attack.
the shop. I feel like he can't really stop Remind from healing there effectively with this army, but Remind's scared enough. He does end up pulling back. Fair enough. Well, good work for Sok then. I thought that that play would have backfired on him, but Remind pulling all the way back. Very close to level 6 on the Keeper. Panda also halfway there. And that's scary, man. The Storm, Earth and Fire. Panda's ultimate. I think if Remind does manage to get to that, that's probably going to be lights out for Sok. Sok himself really needs to get some levels, especially on that AM. Probably should be level 5 by now, but Ryan doing a really good job keeping those bears alive. Has not repaired up his base at all, though. Could be trouble against these bears. Could knock it down quite quickly. He doesn't have the farms. His defense either. Okay, starts up the repairs now. Good idea. Teams doing a little bit of damage. Okay, here come the militia. That's a big wall of breakers now, though, for Sok. 1-1 upgraded as well. And mine still hasn't got any upgrades. He's walking his Tree of Eternity into the center now, looking for the expansion. Flying Machine scouts that. That's exactly what's going down, so Sok. This is maybe Reminder's weakest. Just trying to distract during this phase. Waits for the gold mine to entangle. No mana left on the panda. So trying to go for some creeping even. He wants that level 5 AM. Treants coming in. Oh, control magic. Steals away all of those treants. Well, all but one. Not all of them, I didn't even notice. Every single treant
forces are under
now
attack.
belongs to Sok. Okay, bashing through with attack ground on the trees to open up an easier path towards the Tree of Eternity. Very smart from Sok. Now coming through with his mortar teams. I'm going to try bash away at this. Could drop it quite quickly. Does have Nature's Blessing, the extra armor on that. And now Remind having to get motivated. He's coming in. Militia here as well for Sok. Big time AoE on top of the bears. Got the treants holding back Remind's army somewhat. Oh, that's a nasty breath of fire. Look at all those low health peasants. Tranquility to heal off the mass AoE damage, and Sok has to teleport out to safety. Oh, left one unit behind there. Well, at least he did force the ultimate out of Remind. But Remind now up in mining, so Sok still in a tough position. Does have a close to 10 food lead at the moment, though. Just the hero levels so much in Remind's favour. That panda is nasty with the breath of fire. Siphon enough that he's low on mana now. Going to have to use the mana potion. There it goes. A big breath of fire. Panda getting focused though. Panda in some trouble in a compromised position. Out of mana, no more breath of fire. Don't have to worry about him for the rest of the fight. More team slamming away on the Dryades on the back. The Panda goes down. What happened to the staff on the Keeper? Was he out of range? Tranquility activated again by Remind. Sok there's nowhere to go. He does have a heal scroll himself. Could activate. He's got a lot of low health units. Going after the Keeper now. Keeper in some trouble.
A player's forces
running away. Bears all slowed. Rejuve maybe. Yep, there we go. Spellbreaker doesn't have enough mana to steal away. And there we go. Double Breaker's going down. Was that a good enough hold for Remind? He's now 10 food ahead. I'm still a little bit surprised Sok didn't use that scroll of healing during the later phases of that fight. Could have been huge for him. He activates it now. Good bit of siphon. But the front line's just not there for Sok anymore. He's lost almost all of his spell breakers. Now he's on the run.
A town is under siege.
$1k left in Sok's mine, so he's got a little bit of time to get something going here. Looks like he's going to try pick off a couple of these retreating bears. Not a bad idea. Except he's having a hard time doing it. Nope, dispel from the Dryad. Bear waltzing home safely. Okay, he's going to have another go. Another go at killing the Tree of Eternity. Remind has repaired it back up to full though. Could be a tough kill on that. Here comes Remind's army. Just a small distraction to start things off. A couple reinforcements coming for Sok as well. Pops the ultimate though, healing all these bears back up. Maybe if he fights in this little choke point, maybe he can do something from there. Tranquility lasts a long time though. Missing with the flame strikes, missing with the blizzards. Okay, he opens up the choke point a bit with the treants. Now, imaginary compromised position. Sok throws in the towel. Wow, that was really impressive. I thought Remind had to expand there, but it was played very efficiently. I think because that map had the healing fountain. That's how he was able to play in that fashion, right? Just got a lot more value out of his Moonwells since he didn't have to constantly use them to heal up. He'd heal the fountains during night. And yeah, Remind got it done. Very, very impressive. Those high-level heroes making the difference. Well, anyway, guys, we'll wrap on that. Thanks for tuning into some more Warcraft 3 action. Until next time, goodbye and good luck.